Op art is a way of making your eye get tricked into seeing a still image appear as though it's moving. Here are some examples. What you will do is you'll start a brand new document, make a file, new, blank file, or just click on Control N. The first one you're going to call Op Art 1. Your width will be 6 inches. Your height will also be 6 inches. Resolution will be 300. Click on OK. You should see a square. Once you have that square in place, then you'll go ahead and open up the image that you have saved. I see all these tiny little pictures here, and it doesn't really tell me exactly what they are. In order for me to see better what they would look like is if I click over here on the View menu and choose Large Icons. I'm going to choose the picture of Chuck Norris. So my picture is going to start off as a square. Right now this is a rectangle. I'm going to choose my rectangular marquee tool, and I'm going to select the parts that I want to come with me. So if I click and drag, click on my Move tool, Photo Bin, and be able to drag Chuck Norris in place. Tell him who's boss. Might have to resize things, set them exactly where I think it would be best. Double click, and I go to Layer, flatten the image, and before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and save that one as File, Save As. Okay, change the format to this one to be a JPEG. I've already called it Op Art 1. I'm going to head and click Save. Say OK. So now I've placed Chuck Norris. Now this one that I have messed with before because that was the original image, I can just X out of that one. Now I'm ready to start creating an Op Art piece. I'm going to make a brand new file again, File New, blank file, and this one I'm going to title Op Art 2. The width will be 13 inches, the height will be 6, resolution is 300. Click on OK. So once I have this paper, I'll have to go over here. If I don't see the pictures under here, I can always go to my photo bin. I'm going to double click on Chuck, and I want to be able to use my ruler, so I'm going to go to the top and go to View and choose Rulers. This is where you're going to use your marquee tool. So I'll select the marquee, and I'm going to use 1/2 inch pieces or slices of the picture. I'm going to start on the right side. So if I click over in the gray area, notice how when I move this around, you can see on the very top when I move my mouse, then I can see on the ruler where exactly it's lined up. So it's right about the 1/2 inch mark. So if I click and I drag, then I get this slice chosen. So I'm going to use that, click on the Move tool, click on my photo bin, and I'm just going to drag that slice over here. Oh, whoops, gotta undo that one. It'll go right in the middle. I'm going to start all the way on the right side, and either I can go get that same piece again, or because this is a layer, I can just go simply right here, Layer, Duplicate Layer, click OK. And I'm going to take that layer and then I'm just going to move it just slightly over. Sometimes it's easier to use your left and right arrows on your keyboard to get things to go in the places where you want. You want to leave a tiny space in between each slice. So I've made 2 of those pieces. Now I'm going to go back over here to Chuck, go back to my marquee tool. I ended up here at the 5.5. So I'm going to start again at the 5.5 mark, and this time I'm going to have it go all the way to the 5 mark. So I've got that lined up so it goes up there. Take my Move tool, photo bin, bring that slice over here. Again, I don't want to leave it exactly lined up. So I have that there. I'm going to duplicate that layer, duplicate layer, hit OK. Got 2 slices of that, and then I'm going to keep repeating that same thing over and over again, that same process throughout this whole image. So eventually I'll get to the very, very end of the piece. So keep going all the way across. Sometimes what happens at the very, very end is that you may not get every slice on the page, but that's okay as long as you get most of the image on there. You have all these different spaces on there. Make sure that they're evenly spaced before you save it as a JPEG. And then you've created an op art image.